I would like to call the September 11th, 2024 board meeting to order. It is 5:30 p.m. There is a quorum present. Notice of this meeting has been posted in a time and manner required by law. Mr. Jones, would you please call the roll?
Sir, Cliff Williams. Present. Scott Carson.
Present.
Kyle Hagemeyer.
Present.
Ms. Paulette Traylor.
Present.
Ms. Nikita Lagway.
Present.
Our missing members, Mr. Charles Perry. My name is Chad Jones. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Tonight we have no one that has signed up for public comments. This time I'll turn it over to Dr. James for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, President Hagemeyer. At this time, I would like to call up our host campus, which is Lynn Lucas Middle School, and Dr. Kelly Moore to present her students that will be doing our American Pledge, our Texas Pledge, and our prayer.
Okay. Hello, y'all. Good evening, Board of Trustees, President Hagemeyer, Dr. James, the dynamic DeLosa. Thank y'all for allowing us the opportunity to be here tonight and to show off some of our students. So first of all, I have Carlos Cruz Lozano. He's going to come up and lead us in our pledges.
Please join me in the pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join me in the pledge to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state, under God, and one indivisible.
That was Carlos Cruz Lozano, and now our prayer will be led to by Madeline Dingman.
Good evening, board members and Dr. James. 23 years ago, 2,977 people were killed and more than 6,000 were injured in the worst attack against our nation. Today we honor those who lost their lives and their families. Please stand for a moment of silence. Please, you may now be seated. Dear Heavenly Father, Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and your blessings. We thank you for everyone gathered here today and ask that you surround us with your powerful presence. As we begin this meeting, we come to you today and ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support. We ask that you clear up our hearts and minds, guide us today with your knowledge so we may make decisions that are most beneficial for our district. Please help us have peace knowing that all decisions made tonight are by your perfect will as we continue this school year. We ask that you protect over our staff, students, and families. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
I got so nervous.
I believe we have some beautiful music and some wonderful talent that you're about to show us, right?
We do. Our Aristocats are going to come in and do a small little presentation for y'all. Sorry, ladies, I almost forgot because I got so excited. But our Aristocats are going to do a little performance for y'all. So hope you enjoy our beautiful dancers.
I don't know about y'all, but was that not amazing? Thank you for reminding me that I have a birthday on Friday the 13th. Crazy, so not trying to remember that at all, but thank you. And Kelly, that was beautiful and special to my heart because of the dance too. So you know I'm a fine arts person, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And we're excited because that team has grown. It has doubled in the last 2 years. So it's very impressive to see how many of our kids are joining our events.
Yeah, that's great. That's fabulous. It's a testament to your director's leadership, so thank you. Yeah. Now at this time, if we could go ahead and have Jamie Bells come up and recognize. We have 2 students for recognition.
Good evening, Board and Ms. DeLosa, Dr. James. This evening, we would like to first bring up our elementary school that is honoring a student this month, and that would be Ms. Cameron Wilder from Lagway Elementary.
Good evening, Dr. James, President Hagemeyer, and our members of our school board. Super excited to be here announcing the Willis ISD Student of the Month from Lagway Elementary. And while I've had the privilege of watching this young lady grow up in elementary school as an elementary student, I'd like to introduce her teachers because they're going to actually honor her. Ms. Sunny Smart and Ms. Fabi Lozano.
Hello, my name is Sunny. I had the opportunity to teach this student this year. She is probably the most studious student I've ever met in 5th grade. She is amazing. If she gets one question wrong, she's asking me why she did not get 100, and we fixed that. And so she's just done overall really great so far in 5th grade.
Yes, I'm her math teacher, and I have the privilege of having her this year. And today we took an end of unit assessment, and her grade that she got, no, I want to try and make it better. So we're, again, searching for that 100. She's beautiful inside and outside, and we are blessed to have her.
Miss Riley McGowan.
No, for the student. Oh. You were like, okay. Yeah.
Yes. The board would please stand so that we can get everyone in the picture. And then let's try to center ourselves with the W. This is kind of hard every time. I'm going to take it real quick, and then I'm going to get out of the way so you guys can take one. All right, big smiles.
Can we have the principal too? I'm sorry.
Yes, of course. I was trying to get out of it. Can we scoop the middle? There we go. Perfect. Big smiles. Much better. Thank you guys. Congratulations.
And I would like to introduce Dr. Kelly Moore from Lynn Lucas Middle School, and she will be introducing the secondary student of the month.
Hello again. Thank y'all again. Cashton Brown is our student of the month. He is a shining example of what it means to embody our Link's core values: productive, resilient, innovative, dedicated, and empathetic. His commitment to these principles is evident not only in his outstanding performance on the field, but also in his dedication to his academic pursuits. In the classroom, Cashton consistently demonstrates respect for his teachers and his peers. He approaches every challenge with determination, striving to excel in all of aspects of his education. His hard work and positive attitude make him a standout student and an inspiration to others. On the field, Cashton is more than just a superior athlete. He's a true leader. His teammates look up to him for guidance and support, and he never hesitates to lead by example. Every coach dreams of having a player like Cashton, and that is a direct quote from Coach Elkins. Cashton's ability to lead in both academic and athletic arenas sets him apart as a remarkable individual. He not only meets the high standards we set, but consistently exceeds them, making him a role model for his peers and a source of pride for our entire community. It's without hesitation that I announce Cashton Brown as our Willis ISD Student of the Month.
Yeah, as many as possible. And then scoot a little bit this way. First row. Good. Awesome. Big smiles. Congratulations.
And that's all the recognitions we have for this evening.
At this time, we'll go through our standing informational and ad hoc reports and items. Item A, health insurance update.
Yes, sir. Good evening, board. Dr. James. Dynamic, are we going with dynamic, DeLosa? Is that what we're going with? We're going to kick off this evening with a recap of the changes involving the district health insurance plan, as well as the updated view of the numbers as of the end of our year. We've heavily discussed the health insurance plan this summer, and we've enacted some changes involving the district clinic or wellness center. I also have Miss Allison Waybright here from Next Level Urgent Care to give you some details on the membership program that we were excited to add this next benefits cycle. To start with a quick fund summary, I know that we've seen these numbers a few times this summer, but as you are aware, the district's health insurance fund has run a deficit the last 4 years. We've been in the position to where we can make some transfers from the general fund and other funds to counteract these to maintain an adequate fund balance in the health insurance fund. In 22-23, we increased the district contribution from $400 to $450 per employee per month, which is the cause of the increase in contribution for this year, which is right here. You can see it went from 6.2 to 7. That was the main cause of that was from the increase in district contribution. However, despite that adjustment, we have struggled to keep up with the increased cost of healthcare and the claims that run through this fund. If we move forward to 23-24, which is the year that we just ended as of a couple weeks ago, I'm anticipating an $870,000 to $1 million deficit for this year, this fiscal year. In July, I was a little hopeful. Claims had dipped a little bit and they had gone down to August. We had another high month. I was hoping that number was going to be $500,000 to $600,000, but as you see, it's $870,000. We do still have some invoices that are coming in for August, so that's why I say this number could go up. The board did approve a $1 million transfer in August, which I will anticipate to balance this fund this year. Okay, if we move on to what the current structure of our health insurance plan is and look at where we really took a deep dive into the summer where we could save some costs. When it comes to the structure of our health plan, there's a relatively small amount that we can control when it comes to the cost of running through this plan. Of the $7.8 million in expenses, $7.1 were paid directly to Blue Cross Blue Shield for claims or management fees on their part. The majority of the remaining costs have to do with the district wellness center, which is what we turned our focus to this summer. The district clinic is managed by Premise Health, and that cost the fund approximately $700,000 for this fiscal year. Most of that was operating costs for the clinic. There was some prescription costs that varied month to month that was included in that number as well. Over the summer, we did a hard review of the options that we had, and in August, we did make the decision to move forward with Next Level Prime membership program. This program will replace our current clinic and will go into effect for the next benefits cycle. And that starts on November 1st of this year, so just here in less than 2 months. Ms. Waybright will go into the detail of what the Next Level membership program is here in a few minutes, but I did want to review some of the projected savings and the costs associated with the switch and what we're looking at to the plan. The cost of the district associated with the Next Level Prime membership program is $30 per month per employee, or $60 per employee for employee and family. That covers all kids and spouse. The district will pay this membership fee for each employee that is on the district's health insurance plan. This is basically in lieu, this membership plan is in lieu of having access to our clinic, which will be closing down. They will have access to this membership plan through Next Level Urgent Care. I was actually able to run these updated numbers as of yesterday. So here are the counts of employees on the district offered health insurance plans. Now this is based off the current snapshot. We are actually about to go through open enrollment starting tomorrow. So these numbers will shift some as we go through that process. But if you apply the membership fees to the current snapshot, the cost would be just over $380,000 annually. I would also like to point out, just to highlight something, the way that the Next Level Prime membership works is for employee only or employee family. So for the employees who have plans on employee plus children or employee plus spouse, they're going to receive the Prime membership for family. So they're going to get an extra benefit there, because if their health insurance plan just covers the children, they're going to get the Prime membership for children plus their spouse. So they're getting a little extra benefit there with this membership program. If we take the projected membership cost, so it would be just over $380,000 annually for that membership program. If we take that and we compare that to what we are paying for the clinic, which again is around $700,000, that is where the savings that we are going to realize from that. Again, some of that is variable with the prescriptions, but I do project that we will save $240,000 to $280,000 annually by making this switch compared to the hard cost of the clinic. Also, with this model, we will have the ability to save on some claims that run through our plan. I will start this and preface this by saying that these numbers on this slide are just projections and estimates. I think you know me at this point. I always try to be conservative with the financials as possible. However, there have been other entities, even in our county, that have realized savings on their claims. So what you're looking at is the annual spend column, and Willis's, for the annual spend column, is our claim costs for the year 22-23. So the thought behind this is, if we enact this program and employees have access to Next Level Urgent Care at no cost, that we can reduce claims that run through our plan. So if we spent $1.2 million at the ER in 22-23, now that our employees have access to this program and the services that they offer, which is more services than our current clinic offers, like x-ray machines and things along those lines, and they're also open a wider time frame as far as after hours and weekends, that we can reduce the number of ER visits and reduce the number of claims that flow through our plan. So hypothetically, if we can reduce that by 30%, we could save $300,000 of the claims that run through ER. The same thing if you look at urgent care. We spent $30,000 at urgent care, the claims that ran through our plan. Next Level is urgent care. And if an employee can go there at no cost versus another urgent care, that's going to be a main driver to Next Level, and that's going to cut those costs down on our plan. Again, these are projections. I'm trying to be as conservative, but if we could take this number and even save half of what is projected, save $250,000 on our claims, and then save $250,000 on our claim costs, that's a $500,000 shift on our health insurance plan, which is ultimately the goal. As you see, we've run a deficit the last 4 years, and we have worked hard to try to limit the impact on our employees and also get that fund to where it is more solvent. And it's an added benefit that we can add a program like Next Level, where we have received a lot of positive feedback on what it is, and I'm going to let her brag on it and go into the detail of what it offers. But we have gotten a lot of positive feedback from the campuses on this. Before I bring her up and pass her off the house, and she has been working with my team in the business office to prepare for open enrollment. She has been going to campuses to help explain what the membership program is and how it works. So I've asked her here tonight to give much of that same presentation to y'all, so y'all can get a glimpse of what they are hearing and what the program has to offer. Before I pass it off, are there any questions for me?
Good evening. How are y'all today? Good, good. Well, first of all, I want to thank you so much. You are one of 9 districts in the state of Texas that is providing this Next Level Prime membership to your employees and their families. And we have received a tremendous amount of positive feedback, and that these employees are super excited to start this Next Level Prime membership. So what the membership includes is unlimited access to medical care with Next Level 7 days a week with our with our Next Level Prime membership. And it includes primary care, preventive care, chronic care, disease management. So annual physicals, well women exams, well child exams, blood draws, immunizations, managing and treating chronic health conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, thyroid conditions. It also includes urgent care services. We have x-ray machines in all of our locations, and we also have orthopedic consult on staff. So those orthos are viewing our images, letting us know if it needs surgery or not. If it doesn't need surgery, we keep it in-house to our own casting and splinting and manage the injury to full recovery. We also provide stitches for laceration repair, IV fluids for dehydration, COVID testing is included. Anything you think of regarding an acute illness or injury that's not life-threatening, we can handle at Next Level. The membership also includes 24/7 telemedicine and virtual visits, care navigation, health and wellness coaching, behavioral health and emotional wellness counseling for mental health issues, weight loss solutions, and then most lab, DME, and immunizations are all included in the membership. What's great about this membership is when your employees and their families come to us for care, they never have to pull their wallet out to make any additional payment. So this is outside of insurance, no copay, no deductible. They'll never receive an additional invoice for expenses. The monthly membership that the district is paying covers everything. And reminder, it's unlimited. So if that family needs to come to us multiple times in the month, they are absolutely welcome to. We're open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for in-person care. So people can get an annual physical done on a Sunday afternoon, or they can address their high blood pressure medication on a Thursday evening. They never have to put in PTO or miss work to get the medical care that they need. In addition to the in-person and virtual, we also have an app. It's a free app that we instruct all of our Prime members to download because you get more access to care and you can self-serve yourself as well. Through the app, you can schedule appointments. We have a feature of get in line for first available, where you can actually get in the waiting room from home, and we will text you when your exam room is ready to come in. There's also the ability to text to chat with our providers. They have the ability to skip a visit, meaning we've listed about 10 common diagnoses that you know you have when you have them. For instance, pink eye, UTI, asthma, allergies. You select what you think you have, you answer a few questions. The provider on the other end is reviewing those answers. If they feel like you just need a medication, they will electronically send the medication to the pharmacy you selected, and you just go pick it up. You don't have to call us, you don't have to walk in, you don't have to do a virtual visit. It takes less than 5 minutes, super easy and convenient. The other nice feature on our app is a vitals checker. So you can scan your vitals through our app. You hold the phone up to your face, you put your face in the screen circle. It will read your stress level, your heart rate, your blood pressure, your oxygen, and your respiratory rate. All of those vitals get saved in your electronic medical chart with us, so your primary care doctor can see your vitals history. But also too, if you're on a telemedicine or virtual visit with us, we can check your vitals over the phone as well. We have 29 locations in the greater Houston area. Our closest one is in Conroe off of 3083 behind the JCPenney's. We are looking at a possible Willis location as well, so we'll keep everyone updated about that. We have 2 locations in Beaumont, we have 8 locations in Austin, 8 locations in San Antonio. All of your employees have access to all of our locations no matter where they're at. And we also remind them if they're out of state, they can still call us. We can prescribe a medication over the phone to the local pharmacy where they're at. Super easy and convenient. And again, this is such an amazing benefit that you're providing your district with unlimited access to care 7 days a week.
So we appreciate the partnership so much, and we're excited about starting on 11/1.
Thank you.
So is there any other questions about that program? I guess just to simplify it and recap it real quick, this is a membership program that the district is paying for all employees that are currently on our health insurance plan. Essentially, this program is replacing the clinic. Instead of employees having access to our on-site clinic, they're having access to this program and additional benefits that it offers at a lower cost to the district.
Gary, have they reached out to our non-custodial staff?
Yes, ma'am. I believe we have already met with our maintenance and custodial,
Our evening staff, yeah, our
Correct.
evening staff.
Yes, I will verify, make sure that they've reached out to the evening staff. I know we've met with each department at this point, and made sure we got them the correct information.
So, what were the hours on the clinic? 8 to 5?
8 to 5.
9 to 9.
No, on our current clinic.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
8 to 5, Monday through
and
Friday.
not on the weekends.
And not on the weekends, and they close early on Friday.
So we're saving $250,000 to $500,000, and our employees can go 7 days a week, so they don't have to miss school. Right?
Correct.
Man, I had a great idea. I'm glad you went.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Somebody's got to take care of it.
Everybody's been excited about the big call.
We've got a lot of positive feedback on the change as far as what the benefits. There's still some stuff that we're figuring out with the prescription program that we had at the clinic, and there's going to be some logistics of moving the data from our current clinic to the next level. So we're working through all that, and we're going to have all that up and figured out by 11/1 as we go live. Also, as we go through this open enrollment process, again, this is available to and provided for the employees on our health insurance plan. If the employee is not on our health insurance plan, they will have the option to purchase this membership. So they can pay $15 a month and have the membership if they're not on our plan, or they can also pay $60 to have a month, $30 a paycheck to have for the family. So they have that option to purchase it as well.
Good. Thank you.
Hey, Gary, can y'all update us after this is all enrollment ends on, I don't know if you're allowed to do this, on how many people actually enroll? I just want to see how receptive they are to it.
Yes, sir. I mean, everyone that's on our plan is enrolled. So right now, we'll have 829. We have 829 people on our health insurance plans. A majority of those, and honestly, we'll probably add a few through this process. But yes, sir, we can get updated numbers once we get everything out.
That's exciting.
Sure.
Thank you, Gary.
Sure. Thank you.
Our next item,
Item B, safety performance report.
and Kyle, what I was going to say is we have the safety report where also you have the agenda item that we normally have, which has been typically just about, oh my goodness, I forgot the word. Workman's comp, yes, thank you, workman's comp, but we have rolled all, we have a heavy emphasis on safety, and so we have rolled in the safety report by Megan that she'll also be running in this, so that's what this new format looks like, so Megan?
Board President Hingemeyer, Dr. James. This is the first month that I'm coming to y'all. This is conveniently also the 1-year anniversary of me coming to Willis ISD to the day. So here I am kind of presenting on safety updates. A few weeks ago, we had our first district safety meeting that's required from the state of Texas. My goal for this was to double the attendance that we have had previously and to make it a more diverse attendance population. We had more first responder agency participation, and we had a more diverse parent-teacher population that represented the whole district. We were able during this meeting to review hazards that threaten our district and begin planning with subject matter experts on how to best prepare our staff and our students. We've had a few real-world incidents as we've started school. We've been able to conduct after-action reviews with our first responder agencies that were on scene that day so that we're able to streamline our processes at the district level and improve safety for the district. With the collaboration with the technology department, we have written the district's cybersecurity plan. This is required by the state of Texas for this school year. It is currently under review with the Texas School Safety Center, and it will be presented to the board once it has been approved. We have a few tabletop and full-scale exercises that we're kind of in the process of planning. We are required from the state to do 3 within an audit cycle. So our focus is going to be more medical response exercises with our staff, practicing flagging down the ambulance, helping emergency response, and making sure that we're helping and not hindering from the school side, so that we're able to get our students the help they need as quickly as possible. This also lets our admin talk to our first responders on a blue sky day and kind of ask their question, so that they're able to kind of feel more comfortable when it is a real emergency and kind of create those relationships. Additionally, required from the state of Texas, we do have to have our first responders walk through all of our buildings. This will be happening on October 15th. So we will be having first responders in every school, and they will also get a presentation from me on different emergency procedures, plans. They'll get our floor plans and be able to ask any questions about every particular building. And then our front door hardening, this is part of our safety grant. You, in the next few weeks, will see the expectation changing for our front entrances of all of our instructional facilities to be locked at all times. There will be a doorbell that visitors will push. They'll be buzzed into the campus vestibule, and that will allow the receptionist at every campus to deny entry into the building completely. So if they sense a threat or someone's already being belligerent, we're not even allowing them in our buildings. So this will, and they will also have a panic button where they will call directly to 911. So this will also give our receptionists, who are the front line of anyone who comes into our buildings, more safety. And then that's all I have for y'all today. Any questions?
No, I want to compliment you though on the safety meeting. There was a large turnout. You did an outstanding job running that. And it was nice to hear other districts talk about how we had things that hit a lot of our neighboring districts. That's a great job to everybody involved in that.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Item C, financial reports, bill payment, bond summary.
I'm back. Good evening again. Dr. James asked me to give a few quick notes on the financial summary and bill payments. The financial summary and bill payments attached are for the month ending August 31st, 2024. This is a big one as far as it is the end of our fiscal year. I make that note because this is just a snapshot. The report in front of you is just a snapshot of where the books were at the time that we ran the report. So per auditing guidelines, any payment for services performed or items received prior to August 31st will actually have to be charged back to the books, to last year's books. So for example, the Entergy bill for August, we might not receive that till this week, but that will have to be charged back to the month of August and onto last year's books. So that might not be included in these numbers. The great ladies in the business office have been working hard on getting everything closed out for the year. So on that note, when it comes to the check register, August would have a higher volume of checks than most months because we were working on closing out POs from campuses and campuses and POs. So they are working on calling people, getting those invoices, getting everything closed out, as much closed out as we can prior to the end of the year. The same process applies to the bond projects. All bond projects have to be invoiced as of that hard line date of August 31st. So I'm working with Bob and getting all those purchase orders and all those projects associated with bonds invoiced as of August 31st.
Got a quick question.
Sure.
But the projects aren't done. We're just billing for what they've got done. We're not talking about completed projects, correct?
Correct. Any project that's ongoing, we have to have a work in progress bill or invoice as of August 31st, just to have a hard line number to close out that year's books. So it's going to be on last year's books for 2024, and then anything after after September 1st will be on this current year's books. To know a few of the high dollar checks, the largest was associated with the bond projects, which is most likely in the building of middle school number 3. We also have our standard health insurance claims, which are always higher than I want them to be, and multiple projects tied to the projects funded through the safety grant that Megan just mentioned. It's also worth noting that some of these checks could be the culmination of multiple invoices tied to the same vendor. Again, like I mentioned, we're in the process of closing out a lot of purchase orders in the month of August. And so we receive multiple invoices and we're paying, and that goes out on a single check. So some of these larger checks amount could be multiple projects from multiple campuses. I know there's some checks on there from child nutrition, and one's for a project at Metter versus a project at Brabham. And those are culminated on one check as we pay those, if we pay those invoices at the same time. As always, if you ever have any questions about any of the checks on the check register, please feel free. I'm happy to provide any information or on backup of any of these checks on our checklist. Happy to answer any questions.
Item D, 2024-2025 Purchasing Cooperative Membership Report.
Sir, this is an updated listing of the purchasing cooperatives that we are a member of. We refine this list throughout the year, and we'll bring to you for approval, and if we join any new cooperatives throughout the year. I also wanted to take a quick moment to review what a purchasing co-op is. Ultimately, a co-op is an entity that bids out goods and services and awards contracts to vendors. The thought process behind it is that since multiple districts and public entities can join these cooperatives, that they can use that buying power to negotiate a better contract price. So as a district, we can join that co-op and we can gain access to that contract, and it also satisfies our procurement compliance. And while also hopefully getting a better rate than we could get on our own. We also review the different co-ops to determine if we can get better pricing on one contract versus the other. I know last year when we bought, we were looking at different vehicles. We were able to get a better price on one co-op versus another, and we do review that specifically on the goods and services. So the listing attached is the current list of memberships. This is just informational, no approval needed for this tonight. However, like I mentioned, if we go to add a new co-op throughout the year, we will bring that to you for approval.
Any questions? All right, item E, Student Enrollment Report.
Thank you so much. As you can see noted on the slide, we has, as of today, or September 3rd, last week, we had 9,288 students enrolled in the district, and we are tracking the increase of enrollment as well as the increase of ADA, because we have a goal of our campuses, and I'm so appreciative of what they're doing. But we are 377 students more than the same day last year, and we have seen a significant increase in our attendance over the day. And I know that John and Travis and Heather and Peems have done a really good job of developing a report that I just saw today that I'll be then submitting to y'all as I've been submitting you the enrollment, but this is actually going to track over time. So it's not just about the day compared to last year on this day, but we're going to be showing where we are increased to the day before or the week before, so that because we want to see how we're getting better this year, not just last year. So any questions on that?
Item F, Fine Arts Report.
Well, good evening, Mr. President, Dr. James, board members, Ms. Delosa. This week is National Arts and Education Week, and with that in mind, I wanted to take a quick moment to frame some key pieces about our fine arts programs, as well as share a short video in celebration of our fine arts students. There are currently 6,808 students across all campuses that participate in at least one fine arts class daily. That's 76% of students that have a curricular fine arts experience each day in our district. I have the honor of working with 43 fine arts teachers across the district, and together we celebrate what is wonderful about our programs, refine our student experiences, and plan for growth in the future. I am thrilled to report to you that starting this year, every elementary student, thank you, I'm thrilled to report to you that every elementary student in Willis ISD has campus-specific art and music instruction, and we now have orchestra classes for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders at both Lynn Lucas and Brabham. We are also very much looking forward to our very first Willis High School Orchestra next year. Our goal in fine arts is to provide both direct skills that will help students with careers and education paths, as well as soft skills that help students to be successful in all paths, making them stronger leaders, problem solvers, and team members. Most importantly, we teach skills that help students learn how to have balanced and successful lives. What you see in front of you is our curricular and vertical philosophy that ties the pride of creative expression to excellence and standards. And I wanted to take just a few moments to kind of take you through this. I've got this fancy new clicker here. And if we look here where students start in our district at the elementary level, there are 3 things. We wanted to really try to come up with a litmus test for how we plan to move for the future and the experiences that we offer. So our 3 focal points in our elementary are fundamental skills. The district has secured 2 very powerful curricular resources, Quaver Music and the Art of Education, which are curricular packages that not only give our teachers a very solid curriculum to teach, but also make sure that we have alignment and consistency across all of our campuses. Students learn cooperation and focus, which is a key to success in any academic program. And then they feel the pride in performance and creation. They get that idea that I worked hard at something and I'm proud of what I did. As they move into middle school, all right, there we go. That's when they start to have their elective choices, orchestra, theater, dance, choir, band, and visual art. And if you look over on this side here, this is where they start to develop specific skills idiomatic to their disciplines. And so what that means is that specific skills, they start to become dancers, musicians, actors. This is where that begins. And then they participate within an organization's culture. And this is huge. It's huge for success both in that program, but participating in a culture is a skill that is used in every classroom. It's a skill that's used in every workplace, in every employer situation. It's something that we instill with students and reinforce in the arts. And then they continue with that pride in performance and creation, but the complexity level raises. As they move into high school, this is where we get into, and I love this word, superordinate skills that are specific to discipline. And what that means is when you think about looking at the football field and there's a player that executes a play perfectly on the field and it looks easy, that's what that skill set's about. It's about the student that solves the proof in geometry class and nails every step of the proof. That's the level of skills that we're bringing at the high school. And this next piece here, accountability within an organization's culture, that first word is huge for us. Accountability. So we've already set the groundwork where they participate in that culture, but now they're accountable to it. They understand that their success is tied to the success of everyone in that program. And then the last part here is challenging goals requiring long-term artistic processes. And what we mean by that is you can't cram your way into delivering a monologue. You can't stay up the night before and just try to make that happen. It's something you have to teach kids how to sequence and reflect and refine and revise to be good at something. And that's something that we are very proud of in all 6, both sides of the tree for our elective choices in fine arts. So with that, I just want to say, I personally, and we thank you as a district, I want to thank you for your continued support of the fine arts in our district. And I'd like you to enjoy this short video. We did make sure that it's working. And this video is for the purpose of this evening, but it's also something we share with new families as they come into the district so they understand what our philosophy is when it comes to fine arts. Mr. Shannon, if you could help me out with that. Thank you, sir.
In your imagination, picture the perfect classroom. It would most likely be a little unique, with students arriving early and staying late, showing that the room belonged to them as much as any school. There might be a mix of modern technology paired with some good old-fashioned hard work. You would find students involved in the evaluation of the entire class, as well as taking individual ownership of their learning. You would hear and see beautiful things accompanied by reflections from students. you would find evidence of excellence displayed through past work and past evaluations. But in that perfect classroom, the most important element that any of us could imagine would be pride. Fine arts in Willis ISD give students these experiences every day. In the fine arts, they have the potential to create and grow as young artists, but to also learn how to be successful people through the structures of culture, reflection, revision, and hard work. We are very proud of the fine arts experiences offered in Willis ISD and the foundations they set for our students.
Thank you again.
Are there any questions about a consent agenda item board member wish to ask? Okay, Mr. Williams.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
We have a motion by Mr. Williams, a second by Mr. Carson. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0. At this time, we will now convene into closed session for the purposes of considered matters for which closed session is authorized by Title V, Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, .071 through .084. A, personnel matters, Texas Government Code 551.074. B, employee complaint, Texas Government Code 551.082. C, student discipline, Texas Government Code 551.082. D, real estate pursuant Texas Government Code 551.072. E, consultation with attorney by phone pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071. Prospective gift Texas Government Code 551.073. Personally identified student information, Texas Government Code 551.0821. H, medical and psychiatric records, Texas Government Code 551.0785. I, security Texas Government Government Code 551.076 and 551.089. Emergency management, Government Code 418.183. And K, economic development negotiations, Texas Government Code 551.087. The board will now reconvene into open session. It's 8:04 p.m. Are there any motions from closed session? Mr. Williams.
Move that we accept the superintendent's recommendation and approve the professional personnel listed.
I have a motion by Mr. Williams, a second by Ms. Traylor. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Discuss and possible action items. Item A, consideration and possible action item to approve categorical purchase over $50,000. Speaking will be Garrett Mate.
Sure. This evening, this item is primarily for the operational items, large expenditures to start the new budget year. Expenses related to fuel, utilities, county fees, and software licenses. We've also added a few additional this year to include contracted security for our SROs and things along those lines. The main point of this is also used to satisfy our auditing requirements as the auditors look at the district spending by category throughout the year. We've reviewed this list and added some categories where the district has multiple purchases throughout the year that add up to over $50,000. I do apologize, there might have been a little bit of confusion with this one, but this was meant to cover purchases under $50,000 that would add up to over $50,000 throughout the year. However, I will add, it is still the district's practice to bring to y'all items for approval that are over $50,000. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Mr. Carson.
Move that we accept the superintendent's recommendation and approve categorical purchases over $50,000 in the referenced categories.
We have a motion by Mr. Carson, a second by Mr. Jones. Is there any further discussion?
I appreciate you clarifying that all for us, Gary. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Item B, consideration of possible action to approve update for local CW policy.
Yes, policy CW local was adopted by the Willis ISD Board of Trustees on May 26th of 2021, and it deals with the naming of our facilities. The policy outlines the criteria for a name selection, the recommendation process, and the board decision. You'll see the policy listed on the second page, and you'll notice that the last paragraph under board decision, the committee establishes by the superintendent shall provide 3 names. The cross out is alphabetical, and it is being recommended to change to ranking order to the board.
Mr. Jones.
Yes, sir. I move that we accept the superintendent's recommendation and approve the verbiage of board policy. CW local will be changed to the committee established by the superintendent to provide 3 names in ranking order to the board of trustees.
We have a motion by Mr. Jones, a second by Mr. Carson. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Item C, consideration and certificates of unopposed candidacy and possible action to order cancellation of November 5th trustee election.
Absolutely. This is regarding the cancellation of the November 5th, 2024 trustees election. All 3 candidates are running unopposed, and I would like to recommend possible action to order the cancellation of the November 5th, 2024 trustee election.
Mr. Carson.
Move that we accept the superintendent's recommendation and approve the order of cancellation for the November 5th, 2024 Willis ISD trustee election as presented.
We have a motion by Mr. Carson, a second by Ms. Lagway. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Item E, we are going to table that until the next meeting. Board member comments.
D.
Oh, D, excuse me. Appreciate it. Consider possible action item to approve adoption of board operating procedures.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, President Hagemeyer. I'm reviewing that last week. We had a very successful Team of 8 training where we had Robbie McGowan come in and do our training as a team of 8. we reviewed, if you'll notice on the slide and in your first slide, we reviewed the team of 8 and the procedures regarding board and the function of the board and the function of the superintendent, and that without good communication and cross communication, we will not be able to do the work that we have to do for the betterment of our community. Next slide. The Board of Trustees' responsibilities as a review is to have exclusive power and to govern and oversee the management of the district. You are communicating and representing the vision and the values of public interest. You adopt policies, as just like we just did, and district goals. You set the goals for our student achievement, which we'll be doing that in October. And you oversee the district finances by setting, adopting the tax rate, and adopting the budget. The superintendent, my responsibilities are to maintain a positive and professional working relationship with board members and our community, district manage it by providing leadership and direction, administering those adopted policies, and determining the utilization of resources to make progress toward those goals that you will be setting for myself, and then hiring and terminating personnel. So at the conclusion of our meeting, we determined that we reviewed our board operating procedures with our Region 4 Service Center Executive Coach Robbie McGowan during that Team of 8 training. We determined that there will be no changes that will be made to our operating procedures, as you had just set those last year. They've only been in adoption for 1 year, and each Board of Trustee member shall sign, and you have a copy in the folder at your table or at your place, sign the board operating procedure acknowledgement and accepting your commitment to our school district and our community into these operating procedures. So if you'll please do that at this time and send that form down to my right to Dashiana, my administrative assistant. And I have mine right here. Thank you. Thank you. And then you have your motion, I believe.
Okay, now we're,
I think that's the last.
as I said,
that was my last slide,
item E
right?
will be tabled, and item 10, board member comments.
Carl, do we need to make a motion on this one?
Yeah.
To table it?
No,
For D.
the one that I just presented.
Fire me. Come on, David. Yes, Mr. Carson.
Yes, sir. I move that we accept the superintendent's recommendation and approve the adoption of the Willis ISD board operating procedures as presented.
We have a motion by Mr. Carson, a second by Ms. Traylor. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Item E is tabled again. Item 10, board member comments. Superintendent comments.
I thank you for your support this week. I appreciate that you are supportive of the superintendent entry plan that we'll be sending out on Monday. You have a copy of that, and this is just an informational item that will be going to our community and families and parents to know what the goals of my entry plan is and how we're going to go about that with meetings with the community, with our staff, and look forward to that. So I appreciate your support and look forward to that. Also want to say we've been doing some really great things, being visible and visiting campuses, doing lots of work, and I just want to thank my staff here because you've done an outstanding job, and I look forward to our goals, our House Bill 3 goals being presented to you next month. I also look forward to our district improvement plan and campus improvement plans also being discussed. So October is going to be a very impactful meeting, so thank you.
Future business meetings, October the, off the top of the head.
Just a second.
Should be the 9th.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. October 9th.
October 9th. We have a motion, Mr. Williams. We have a motion by Mr. Williams, a second by Ms. Traylor. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0.